school bag, lunch, drink bottle, hat, books, and tracking devices. Tracking devices, I hear you say? Yep, it's all part of a landmark study mapping where teenagers go in their neighbourhood and their physical activity levels. Hi, I'm Jo Salmon and I'm here to tell you today about this exciting new study. It's called the Neighbourhood Activity and Youth Study, or Nearby for short, and it involves almost 1,300 adolescents aged from 12 to 17 years from about 40 different secondary schools in Melbourne. So what we're doing, we're asking students to wear this accelerometer, which measures the intensity of their movement, and we're asking them to wear this GPS unit to map where they go in their neighbourhood for a period of 9 days. The GPS unit, or Global Positioning System, can pinpoint your location anywhere on Earth. A network of satellites in orbit around Earth is detected by the GPS unit, and by detecting signals from different satellites, the GPS software is able to calculate the position of the person wearing the device. Students also wear these small devices called an inclinometer because it measures the incline of the leg, and it can measure the time they spend sitting when they're at school and also when they're at home. In addition to the data collected from these devices, the project will also monitor eating patterns. Students are asked to provide information about their food and drink intake, including the amount of fruit and vegetables they eat. The main aim of the Nearby study is to determine the key features in the neighbourhood and also at school for teenagers' physical activity, like sport or walking and cycling to school. Satellite data will be matched with each teen's activity levels at different locations to help us determine where they are most and least active. This might include parks, sports facilities and access to public transport. And this chart shows that the students spent 641 minutes a day sedentary. That means that they're not moving, and 44 minutes in light activity, which is like slow walking, 20 minutes in moderate activity, and just 8 minutes in vigorous activity. So this means that the student was only spending 28 minutes a day in moderate to vigorous activity. The guidelines for physical activity for Australian teens are 60 minutes a day, and this student's probably typical of most teenagers in Australia, with only 20% meeting those guidelines. In addition to providing invaluable local data, findings from this project will contribute to an international study that's currently examining neighbourhood environmental influences on physical activity in youth in 14 different countries, such as America, Belgium and Malaysia. This will allow us to compare whether Australia is unique or consistent with international trends in youth activity. The activity levels of Australian teenagers has never been measured on such a large scale before. Many of our neighbourhoods are built for adults or small children, so we need to identify what will help support adolescents' activity. If you think about parks and playgrounds, very few of them are designed for teenagers. We already know that during teenage years, physical activity declines and poor eating habits often develop. So understanding what aspects of a teenager's neighbourhood encourages healthy lifestyle habits is important. This study will continue for another 2 years, and by the end of it we hope to have a greater understanding of how we can keep our teenagers healthy and active into the future.